Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sello Galane. He's been on the Shakers all of this time. We welcome him to Radio 2000. We welcome you, dear sir, to the Drive Connection. Pula!
Aine!
Pula!
Aine!
Pula midupi!
Yana pula ye, yana pula ye, yana pula ye.
Sello Galane. Welcome, sir.
You see, when I said to you, if you ask me to bring a drum and I bring you shakers,
yes,
that's the highest form of respect.
The highest form of respect.
Because when we talk to our ancestors, we don't use drums all the time. We use shakers.
Shakers, yes.
When it's quiet.
Yes.
And you just go shakers. That's it.
And that's it.
So today.
And I saw you there getting into your element almost.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And Gabona, even coordination. How not arthritis?
Listen to the patterns I was playing.
Oh man!
You see,
I was listening to that.
Yeah. There was very clear. Shak kusakash, shak kusaka.
Yes.
Ta sak kusaka.
Exactly.
Ka shak kaseke shak kaseke shak kaseke shak ha shak.
Yeah, those are the patterns.
Yes.
Papa, welcome.
Thank you very much.
How's your Africa Day been? I mean, I think you've been, you were up very early morning. Bosas Vivane in Lapa as well, isn't it?
Yes. We started at the East Vivane at the Freedom Park.
Yes.
That is a very sacred, I think South Africa's most sacred place, because what has been done is that all the spirits of all our stalwarts and sons and daughters of the soil who perished.
Yes.
Everywhere else in the world, their spirits were repatriated to East Vivane at the Freedom Park. This is the third year where we meet there with Dot Africa, the registry that is presenting the Dot Africa or the Dot ZA.
Yes.
The registry itself. So we meet there every year on this day since 2020.
Okay.
To drum in order to silence the guns on the continent.
I love that concept, to drum in order to silence the guns.
Silence the guns.
Beautiful.
Because the guns might have lethal power.
Yeah.
But after you would have won the war, you would need to heal the nation. And often after winning the war, nobody gets healed. So it's vengeance upon vengeance upon vengeance. Right. So we say, don't even get to a point where you win the war. Can we silence the drums for now? Because what we have discovered is that the wars in the continent at the moment are not wars across the borders between one African country and another. Yeah. They're the wars within several sovereign countries. And that cannot be.
But there's always a Sandla Semfene from the West, isn't
There
it?
is always that. There is always that. But I think we have much more bigger integrity as African people to see Sandla Semfene.
Yes.
And really not entertain it.
Right.
I think we have the mental, we've got the spiritual, we've got the cognitive power.
Yes.
To really, begin to see ourselves as full human beings who are not completed by, taking the identity of other people and wanting to be like other people and allowing other people to really mess us up. It cannot be that from the inception of the Organization of African Unity to the African Union to date, we would want to define ourselves in line with or against other people. We need to define ourselves in terms of who we just are.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because once you do that, you will begin to realize that if you go into history and check where we were prior to colonization,
Yes.
we were ahead of the world today.
Yeah.
We were ahead of the world today. Now, what we need to do is to reconnect with the very best of ourselves.
Right.
Not try and catch up with the world, because the world is running on fake lines. We're running on authentic lines.
Hey, but that glory was almost cut.
But we can reach out.
Yeah, because the West came, and took everything, including ourselves, and that's why there's a lot of us with scattered all over the diaspora, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, but the ways in which
Even
they
human
failed,
capital they took.
the ways in which they failed to take all of us.
Yes, sir.
These patterns that I was playing here, they couldn't take.
Oh yeah, because those sit here
It all sits here and in the consciousness.
head. Yes.
What happened to our grandmothers in the villages, where they kept their idioms, even if they did not have the proper drums because they could not access the wood, because the farms were taken, the land was taken, the trees were taken, right? And even if that, they would take anything that produces sound, turn it around, and play it. When I met the mothers who taught me kiba drumming,
Yes.
I was passing. I had bought the Tama Menil conga drums,
Okay.
Which
are the branded drums.
Yeah, the branded drums
Yes.
from Tom's.
Yes.
And then I was in Polokwane. And then they were playing the water troughs. They turned them around. And they were playing them.
Ultrasound.
No, I can hear the language that I don't have. I've got what I regarded as the best drums.
Yes.
But they did not have the drums. They had the knowledge, they had the skill, they had the technique, they had the language
Yes.
of drums. And I said, then I went and I took my drums and I went across the fence, over the fence, and then I gave them the drums. I said, please, I've got these nice drums, let's play.
Yes.
But later I got to realize that they were very humble, because they did not tell me that we do not play a drum from a pig skin.
Sure.
Because that's what those congas are.
Yes. Yes.
But then I knew much later that when every animal in Africa whose skin is used for drums,
Yes.
the drums sound like that particular animal.
Oh.
Yes.
Is that
No,
part
it's
and
so
parcel of kiba as a musical genre, amongst many other things? I mean, you've been a scholar of kiba music, I would say, since you stumbled upon those women, and you've gone through it all your life.
For example, let's start from West Africa. Check djembes. Djembes are made from goats, some, and then some are made from the impalas, and some are made from. The biggest drum in kiba, it's made from a cowhide.
That's the mother drum.
That's the father
drum. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's made from a cowhide. It goes do,
Yeah.
do. It's low resonance. And then the mother drum, it's made from a cowhide, but the belly.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you would then have, but not an impala, because it's got to be able to play a number of tones. You see, it's played with an open slap,
Right.
and it gets muffled immediately.
So
Right.
slap, muffle.
You slap muffle.
Slap, muffle.
Yeah, slap muffle, slap muffle. Yeah, slap
Yeah,
muffle,
I
slap
see.
muffle.
Yeah, yeah.
And then open slap. There's a muffled slap, and there's an open slap. They don't play a muffled slap.
Yes.
That's West Africa. Then they open an open slap, and then they just muffle a bit. They don't close it.
Is there a reason, so sorry to interject there, is there a reason why the mother drum, the skin must come from the belly of the woman? I think there's something there, isn't
yes,
it?
like an udu.
Yes.
An udu, it's a feminine drum.
Yes.
It's it's made of clay, but a Nigerian drum. If you look at the shape,
yes,
it represents fertility.
Yes,
because it's round. It's round and it's like pregnancy.
Yes.
So all of these things are significant. They might have taken us, but let me tell you something about. And I've said it in one of the interviews that I've had recently.
Yes.
And I said, when we were taken from long time ago, even today, we know how to play the one who wants to play us. We've mastered that for years. We look at you, we look at you, and we think you want us to behave like we're scared of you.
Yeah.
We give you that.
Okay. We know how to play the one who wants to play us.
Yeah. And then when we go home, we say, did he think he won?
Yes.
We've done that for ages.
Yes, yes.
And that is why those who oppress us do not understand that whilst they thought today we gave up, tomorrow that guy who had given up is leading a march.
Yeah.
They say, where did he regain this energy and resoluteness to really do that? Because we can play the ones who want to play us. And we have played them successfully. And if you think you take our knowledge, we can give you the outside of the palm of our hands knowledge.
Yes.
You will not get the inside.
The inside thereof. Yeah.
Never.
Kiba music, I mean, you're a student and it's a lifetime. And it resonates within all of these offerings that you've churned out throughout the years. I'm talking the albums as well. We are now on Free Kiba 23.
23.
And, someone will Google, someone will go onto search engines, music platforms, and they will not find the music.
I just addressed, just now, before I came here, my last...
And there's 23 albums.
Yeah, there are 23 albums. My last submission was from the Freedom Park. There was a whole communicators for seminar organized by the Department of Communications. And the Deputy Minister was there.
Yes.
I've just made this submission and we have an appointment to meet with the Deputy Minister to discuss this matter.
Right.
My submission was, we cannot call ourselves a sovereign state when we do not have our own digital platforms where we who create for the posterity of our people and our nation in a patriotic sense.
In this country.
Yeah. Can only upload our work on exogenous platforms, platforms of other nations.
Yeah.
Because look, it's we get defeated in our own war. Look, number one, we had record companies that were all foreign, that came to South Africa, right? They collected all the data, kept the masters and all of that. And at a point, we said, hey, no, not anymore.
Yes.
And we started doing our own record labels and so on and so forth. Now they became smarter. They left. They launched the digital platforms. They said, send it yourself.
And we are still slaves
voluntarily.
Again,
They don't force you. Voluntarily go on that app
upload
and
music. Yeah, the music.
And then we fall for it. And then we upload. And then tomorrow, we have a difference between the powerful nations with the powerful platforms, and then with on an allegation that some weapons went on a ship to Russia. And then for some reason, they withdraw.
Who's playing who? Who's fooling a who?
Yeah, Ray Piri asked, who's fooling a who?
Are you fooling a me?
No, but it's we know how this foolery has been going on.
Yeah.
That there are weapons in Afghanistan, and then the whole world must go there, and then Afghanistan gets invaded.
Yes.
And then from some PhD, and then 4, 6, 8 years down the line, they say no, it was false. Now, are we going to be played like this every time? No. We know
can't
who
be.
we are.
We can't be.
We know where we come from.
Yes.
And we know why we are like this.
Right. I'm going to stop you right there. We have to go to headlines. Dr. Sello Galane, vocalist and percussionist. Politician, maybe, one day?
I see it. It makes sense.
One day? Hadumeli. Let's catch up.
I'm dealing with the issues now.
Yes.
Not one day.
Not one day. Right now.
Right, yeah.
Catch up with the headlines. Tell us, Sello Galane of Pula.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Good afternoon, I'm Rosanne Grief. The Provincial Health Department in the Free State says one person has died following the cholera outbreak. Provincial Health Department spokesperson Mondli Mvambi says 3 people recently tested positive for cholera in Parys and Vredefort. And the Gauteng Education Department says it is working on an urgent plan to supply water to 61 schools in Hammanskraal following the cholera outbreak in the area. More news at 6 o'clock.
Get it first on your mobile, on the web, and on your dial. This is Radio 2000 Sport.
Good evening. In your final sport update, race director Rowan James says defending Comrades Marathon champions Tete Dijana and Alexandra Marazova will return to action at the 2023 edition of the race on June 11th. All of the top 10 and 8 of the women from the 2022 year have signed up for the 87.701 kilometer ultra marathon run. With Gerda Steyn competing after missing last year's race, there's a possibility that South Africans could win the men's and women's titles. And with pundits expecting the best down times to be broken on a slightly shorter course from Pietermaritzburg to Durban, winners could pocket 1.2 million rand each, 500,000 rand for the win, 500,000 for a best time, and 200,000 for the first South African. On to football now. Former Bafana captain Thulani Tyson Hlatshwayo has reflected on his successful first season at SuperSport United and reiterated his comments from earlier this season when he joined the team that he's able to smile again. Hlatshwayo was speaking after winning Amatatsanza Pitori's Player of the Season award at the club's end of the season awards on Monday. After a tough spell at Orlando Pirates, the former Bafana captain has fitted like a glove at Matsatsanza.
No, because even Stan told me the vision when I came here, what he wants, what he's expecting of me around the team. And for me, that's why this really means a lot. And I remember us having a previous interview before the season started, and for me it was like, and I'm able to smile now, smile again, and reviving my career. And now it shows all the things that I've done throughout the whole season.
Bulls Daisy's assistant coach Mandisa Williams claims she finally has found her calling. The Bulls roped in the former Springbok women captain turned commentator to assist Hayden Groepers on an initial 2-year contract after announcing their 35-member squad for the first female rugby players to get professional contracts in South Africa. And speaking to SABC Sport, Williams believes despite being a first-time coach, these past 3 months have been most fulfilling of a professional career.
At this point, I think, Kate, this is where I belong. More than that main work that I've been doing. Sharing some insight. Besides just coaching, it's sharing my journey with the girls. And whatever I have, feel-wise, I make them understand, what rugby means in South Africa.
Retired Munster and Ireland flanker CJ Stander has praised the adaptability of the South African teams in Europe after competing in Super Rugby against teams from Australia and New Zealand for almost a decade. South Africa joined the Northern Hemisphere competition alongside teams from Ireland, Wales, Scotland and Italy. And while they preserved their brute strength, this, which is synonymous with SA, Stander argues their biggest strength has been their ability to adjust their thinking so rapidly.
The way they adapted going into a new competition where you have to travel a lot of uncertainty as well. Teams coming down to Africa, you're not sure who you're playing against because you haven't played them at all. And how they have adapted with that and just kept on going, making sure that they never lost faith as well. So in the start, the Stormers just held on, kept on going.
That's where we leave it for today on the Sports Desk for Radio 2000 Sport. I am Lonwabo Nkohla.
If you love drama, then S3 has got you covered. On Tuesdays, tune into Bloodlines at 9 p.m. and Lost Girl Season 2 at 10 p.m. Then, Take a journey to Richmond Trinity Hospital every Wednesday at 9 p.m. as Director of Nursing Christina Hawthorne, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, is locked in a battle against forces far too large for any one person to handle. On Hawthorne, add a little bit of drama to your evenings with S3.
All roads lead to Buffalo Park Cricket Stadium on Saturday, the 27th of May, as Umhlobo Wenene celebrates 63 years with award-winning musicians. Don't miss out on Metusile, Vusinova, Nati, Jazeel Brothers, Ayanda Gia, Ndando, Mr. Teller, Deep London, Lucky Zumfoe, to Pastor the DJ, Reezyville, Sliso. Get your tickets at Ticket Pro at 200 Rand, 100 Rand for children under 12 years, and 100 Rand for your cooler box. Hashtag Imbolo Yomhlobo.
What's up, Connection? Come on in and connect. It's the Drive Connection on Radio 2000.
I sing what I like.
Yeah.
Dr. Sello Galane. You're trying to make sense of it, but you cannot make sense of it because he sings what he likes. You're trying to make sense of it, but you can't make sense of it because spiritually you gotta connect with it. Radio 2000, our music, your memories. Please, can you interpret?
Oh yeah, this is a tribute to the one and only Dr. Philip Taban.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, this is one man who would just say, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an exemplification, you know, of I sing what I like.
Correct.
You know? Yeah, you break all the rules, you listen to your emotions.
Yes.
And you become.
And you express.
You express. Yeah, you don't say, by the way, rudiments one, what's it saying? Do I move from a minor to a major? No.
Yeah.
No.
You just go.
No.
Into the unknown.
Listen to the harmony that I play on the kalimba.
Someone's on the line. Do you recognize someone on the line for you, I think? Go ahead. Nkohla.
Africa, Naka.
Africa.
Arusha, unisitse pula ya Arusha.
Ya Arusha. Dumela Africa.
Africa ralebuga for we one will say we still give thanks for your knowledge, for your energy, for your passion for this continent. As I was listening to you, that we cannot silence the guns without the drum.
Yes.
And coincidentally, Brother Paul, as I'm greeting your listeners once more, Jambo, the late president John Pombe Wahama Gufuli, he was a drummer, so also he was a player of the drama. I think Dr. Waiti.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Of Tanzania was a man of a drum. He was a man of his words. And Brother Paul, we know Africa Liberation Day is not yet celebrated and commemorated the way we will want.
Yes.
Arusha is busy. People are moving up and down. Nothing new, you know, in terms of our consciousness. Also the language, you know, but they are still sticking to their language. They are still people of culture. But
Wonderful.
This morning I went to plant some moringa and some papaya in one village called Kilala, next to Ucha River. So part of planting the trees is to revive Africa with its challenges.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful indeed. Advocate Sipho Mantula, he's out in Tanzania, Arusha. How does this call make you feel?
It humbles me a lot. I mean, this man is a walking library and you know, a custodian of African knowledge. Yes, and you know, I wrote an article on silence in the drum, and then I had used the picture of President Magufuli drumming in that, and he knows about it. So it's a beautiful thing that you know, once you get the rhythm of Africa, the Kemet called the continent Alkebulan. Yes, because it is the most indigenous name ever to emerge about our continent, because Africa came from the Italian colonizer called Africanus. And that is one part that there's a song that I've written now dedicating it to the Kemet reference to the continent called Alkebulan. So when
we'll take a break very quickly, go to traffic, and we'll come back and talk about it. Online
and on your mobile. This is Radio 2000 Traffic.
Good afternoon. Starting off in Gauteng, the N12 East Gauteng Benoni as a stationary vehicle. Just just before Snake Road exit, all lanes are open. That's causing some serious delays there. The M1 southbound is slow moving through Crown Interchange towards Boysons. Main Road northbound in Lone Hill is slow moving. That's towards Lachlan Road. And Bearsnodeer Drive westbound in Rand Park Ridge has a crash reported at Jim Fisher Road. Eskimo-Pachleli Drive northbound in Pretoria has a crash near Moot Street that's causing some serious delays. In KZN, the N2 southbound in Durban has a crash reported. That's just before Inanda Road exit. That's causing some serious delays. The N3 westbound in Camperdown has a stationary truck near the Umlaus Road exit, and the N3 westbound has a stationary truck at Linfield Park that's causing traffic jams. Moving over to Cape Town, the M5 southbound has a crash just before Racecourse Road that's causing a delay. The N1 inbound has a vehicle fire incident reported just after Lower Church Street exit. The N7 Jakes Harold Drive has a crash reported just south of Voortrekker Road that's causing some delays. And Chapman's Peak Drive Road is closed. That's due to heavy rainfall. That's the latest from the roads. I'm Irma G.
Thank you so much, Irma, with Dr. Sello Galane right here on the Drive Connection, Radio 2000 Music, Your Memories. If you'd like to put in a word or possibly ask a question, 0605842250. That is our voice note number on our WhatsApp number, as well as our studio line. We'll open the lines on 086,000 2479, 086,000 2479 with Dr. Sello Galane. Pula, Itlon.
SABC 1 has made a few changes to the primetime schedule. On Thursdays, Deal or No Deal South Africa at 7:30 p.m. House renovations with Reno Race at 9 p.m. Queens of Mzansi at 9:30 p.m. Tune in to SABC 1, Mzansi for sure. Richmond United ladies gets it that only maximum points will elevate them to the VIP lounge of the Hollywood Bet Super League. However, Royal AM refuse to drop any point. They want to hold on to the good life in the top four. This is the battle between the Queens of Ibonaletu. Will the Northern Cape outfit create a big hole for their visitors? Or will the KZN Tycoons have the last say? Catch the Hollywood Bet Super League clash between Richmond United ladies and Royal AM this Sunday 28 May at 2:30 p.m. live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, OpenView 124, also available on sabcsport.com and SABC Plus. Hashtag we love it here. Brought to you by SABC Sport. For the love of the game.
Drive Connection on Radio 2000. A human connection by design.
A human connection by design. You are talking Kemet, you're talking Africa, as in the word, and who brought about that word.
Yes, Al-Kebulan, it came across as that we need to really dig deep. I mean, look, we come from over 400 years of colonization. So, in that time, a lot was taken from us. A lot of our artifacts and so on are sitting everywhere else in the museum
in Europe.
And elsewhere. I was also told that our fathers and mothers who fought battles of resistance, their heads are sitting in the jars in different parts of the world. And something very interesting. Dubai has just opened another Africa in Dubai with 100,000 African trees and 50,000 African animals.
Oh, an island that makes up
it's
the shape
park.
of Africa. A park.
It's
a
park.
All right. Good Lord.
Obviously, they probably have gone through the proper systems of acquiring this thing in 2023, I suppose, you know. But if we do not take care and love ourselves enough to make sure that everything functions around us in this continent, people will prefer a makeshift, a space of Africa outside the continent, which is the biggest, park with 100,000 African trees outside of the continent. So we need to really take our continent very seriously and our heritage, including our horticulture, our fauna and flora. We need to really go back to understand, every little piece of grass, even if we are not really botanical specialists.
Because nature provides.
Nature provides.
It provides indeed. Saki is in Limpopo. They'd like to say a word or two. Hi, Saki.
Hi, how are you?
We're good, thank you very much, with Dr. Sello Galane.
I'm
Yeah?
good, but I'm on my way. I don't know I can about forward network, but I will speak. I like to speak to Manor Shangani.
No, Bulela, speak.
Hey, and Tatana Balaba, Maniva Ranza ngopfu swinene music wa vona u rhandza swinene.
Akensa ngopfu, akensa swinene.
Se alla ku ta tiva ku va swi kotise njhani ku vo vhele a ku ri munhu loyi a kumeka a ri hala ka nawu hala ri ku ti tirheleni and hey va sepa phela swilo swa vona mani.
Hi swona.
Na hina hi lava va hi pfuna phela na hina hi tikuma na hina hi bukutirisi swa tingoma na talente phela.
We thank you so much, Saki. He wants the music, right?
Yes.
He wants the music, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's all about the music.
Yeah, no, the music is beautiful. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
We also have another one, Tana Shawata Bakukwan.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's another song that I wrote in Shitsonga.
So where does Saki get the music?
Saki will get the music. You can order directly from us, Saki.
Yes.
We send music everywhere else in the world.
Right.
And it's very interesting. I mean, very recently, I had a long conversation with you and other people, and they said, yeah, look, you must go digital and so on. CDs are coming back.
Oh, yes.
Vinyls are back.
Vinyls are back.
People
are pressing vinyls.
Watch, the cassettes will come back. So we can't be chasing our tails, guys.
We can't. Philip is here from Middleburg. Hi, Philip.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
We're good. It's not about me. It's about Dr. Sello Galane.
Wow. I'm so pleased, Dr. Galane, to speak to you.
Oh, great. How are you?
You know, when I was listening to you, it actually revived the Africa in me.
Oh.
And, I when you mentioned someone, I think it's an advocate who's in Arusha in Tanzania, you really touched me because I worked in Tanzania. I'm just on vacation at the moment. I work at a place called Songea.
Okay.
Yes. Africa is very abundant in culture and creativity and all those things,
Yes.
But you revive the Africanness when you play your drums. Yes.
Right. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. It's important. We've got to revive Africa. We can't let it go down under our watch.
For sure.
Thank you, Philip.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
All right, there you go. I've got a message here. I don't know whether you can read this. Go ahead. There's a logo there.
Oh, yes.
Shazam. And then what does the text say?
The text says, even Shazam can interpret Dr. Sello.
It says even Shazam cannot interpret Dr. Sello Galane's music.
Yeah, because I sing what I like.
So those who seek cannot find. No. You know what I mean? Yeah. But just give us that website address, Dr. Galane, where people can, in fact, order. And, there's a lot of music.
There's a lot. We still supply, and there are still those people who, for two reasons, either, get the music to archive, get the music to listen to, or get the music as collectors.
I see.
So people do that. When these things come back, I still have my late brother's vinyls, all of them, and I kept them very safe because they're back now.
Yes.
If you just go to Selby here, just across, just here.
Right.
Yeah, just next to you, Jay here. You find the top vinyl players. Latest. Yeah. So they are back, they're in, they're sleek, they're beautiful. So we're not going to be chasing our tails. They say, no. Clothes are no longer fashionable. And then we go nude. And then they say, no, you can dress now. And no, please.
That's what it's all about. Any shows we can look forward to, Ndate Galane? I know the Frikiba 23 will be out in July sometime.
Yes.
You're always sort of in the studio brewing the music, amongst many other things that you do. You graduated for that law, for those law studies,
I graduated.
Right?
I went through law school. So all of that, I passed my law school exams as well, over and above the LLB itself.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't mess with me when we come to copyright.
Don't mess with me.
I'll take you to the cleaners.
We got someone on the line, I'm told. Slengi, who's on the line? Hi.
Ntate Sello Galane, the legend o gopotsa bo ntate Philip Tabane ke mafa mo Carltonville mo Khutsong.
Oh wow.
Good afternoon, Drive Connection crew.
Hi.
Kidumedisa, the special guest in studio, Regalane, listening to you. I have no questions. Are you sure you guys can't be on air until 10 p.m. tonight? Just so I've loved everything. That bit about how the kiba drums are not made from pigskin because the drum sounds like what it comes from. I'm still digesting that bit. But thank you for the insights, and I'll be listening to this conversation again. Gela and Krugerstop. Thank you so much.
Thank you. There you go.
Much appreciated.
Great stuff. Nice to hear from Dr. Galane there. You know, Dr. Galane, there's a song, I don't know what happened to that song. Wow. I can't find it anywhere. Please help us.
Yeah, no, we'll give you the.
It's on
Freaky
What? Do you remember?
Serrawe must be somewhere 4, 5, 6 somewhere.
I have it.
You just wanted to say that.
No.
I
have it. No. I pester him.
And coincidentally, that song Serrawe coincides with the disaster in Hammanskraal. And now one more, person we've lost in the Free State.
In the Free State. It's sad indeed.
Because look, when our mothers in the deep rural were failed by their leadership, even before they could have elected leadership, when they had Bantustan leaders and so on, they would sing that song because they say, we don't have water. Serwawe metiakai. Serwawe metiakai. Fedile. Petsi nkaye metiago. Now, you could not provide us with water.
Yes.
You could not provide us, let alone clean water. And they sang this song, 30, 40 years ago. They said, now if we're in the rural areas and we don't even have water like this, we are not going to ask you anymore.
Yeah.
We'll ask Sehwahwa.
The frog.
The frog. Because the frog, when you see a frog jump around, you're sure it's going to rain.
Yes.
It's not a false promise.
The rain is coming. Go ahead, love.
Doctor, it's Youth Month actually in a few days.
Yes.
And I was reading descriptions of your music, exploration of cultural expression. It leaves the listener with a deep desire to understand its origins. Your message to the youth, because as you're saying, we're dealing with cholera right now, unemployment. Our origins, I'm not sure if we even understand them properly.
So my message to the youth is that, knowledge is everything now. Understand yourself where you do not understand, because nobody in the immediate environment can teach you something that you want to know of. Reach out. You still have some grandparents somewhere else. I had to study and also do community work. Then I had to go and do empirical work, whether it was Christmas, whether it was New Year, whether it was... I operated like a true researcher who did not care about all of those, and documented and lived with the people and lived among the people and learned not only through on pages of books, but amongst the custodians of culture. Because that's where you actually understand the culture, because you will understand two things that are never written: rules of interaction and interpretation. You will never learn those from books, because the way people live, they're not programmed. They do not say, we go step 1, we do this, step 2, we do that. People live. But as and when they caution each other against particular kind of practices, that's where you discern what the rule is. So it's very important that young people must strive to link. And it's very interesting because for most younger people, my generation is as old as they how far back they can go.
Yeah.
That's why when you see most younger people, when they try to remix music, they remix the music of our ilk because they do not know that there's a whole sea of knowledge and a tapestry of it behind us.
Behind you, yeah.
Because we had to go fetch it further, back there.
And bring it up
And
forward.
when we went to the far back to go fetch it, we found that far back is actually so much ahead.
Dr. Sello Galane. We'll have to wrap it up right there. We need, 6 hours maybe. You're a leader, you're a teacher, you're a mentor. I thank you so much, for being here and for really churning out this free Kiba music, because through it, I educate myself as well when I revisit, certain Kiba offerings that you've put out there, and I grow with that knowledge. So thank you.
The song you're playing now, the rule of interaction, is that if we work and we've got to till acres and acres of land, and then you decide to stop, then the rule is, do you do some work at night that we're not supposed to know of?
What kind of work would that be?
That makes you so tired now
that you can't work.
That you can't work. That we all want to plow and till the land, and look at how lethargic then you look. What? Just tell us. What kind of what do you do when we are all asleep? Do you fly around? Do you do some funny things?
I build the nation building.
Oh, yeah. You see, when you build the nation in that particular way, you are contributing
to society.
At least to society. There will be many more young people who grow up and really learn and innovate.
Dr. Galane, thank you so much. There you go. That's Dr. Sello Galane.
And from now on, when you address me, you can alternatively call me Kwankwetla. Because it was me, it was Judge President Ngwepe, it was Caster Semenya, amongst a few people who were honored with the title of Kwankwetla by the communities where Kiba is used as a system of communication.
I'll say this, Kwankwetla.
SABC News, independent and impartial.
Top stories: one cholera-related death in the Free State, and the MPC raises interest rates by